Alright, everyone. Welcome back to
Unknown,
Unsolved
unseen.
Triple U.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome to episode 7. Glad to have everybody back. Sadly, spooky season is over now that we're in November.
Well, I mean, we're recording this while it's still spooky season. So
True.
for everybody else, it's November. But for us, we still get to enjoy the next couple of days before Halloween. So
Yeah, and it doesn't stop us also from talking about a cryptid that some may find spooky today.
yeah, honestly, at this point, I think everybody should just be prepared that spooky season's year-round for us.
Yeah.
So
So, before we get into things today, I just want to give a shout out to today. It is October 28th, which is National Cat Day.
it's October 29th.
Oh, you're right. It's October 29th, National Cat Day. And I just want to give a shout out to all the cryptid cats out there, the Anetti tigers, the Wampus cats, the water panthers, all those fun guys. Shout out to our cryptid cat, which you may have seen in our post on actually the 29th. We do actually own a whole book on the cryptozoology of cats that I intend to read soon. So hopefully I can use some of that knowledge for some future episodes.
Frank always has something that's going to come in handy at some point.
I do. Because I had 2 books I used for this.
That's awesome. Alright, Frank, did we have any other like things we
Things
wanted
to
to
talk
update
about?
on, or
Well, 2 things. One, we've hit over 200 listens, so thank you everybody for that.
woo woo
We really
woo?
appreciate every listen. And also, got another cryptid themed event that's coming up in the coming months that I saw announced. On December 7th of this year, the West Virginia Bigfoot Museum in Sutton, West Virginia, is holding Yeti Fest.
Ooh.
So not Bigfoot for the Bigfoot Museum, but still Bigfoot adjacent. So looks like there will be food trucks, vendors, music, a chance to meet Santa, and a chance to meet the Yeti.
I love that. I love
N-
that it's in December too, so it's chilly.
Now, if December wasn't so hectic for us, that would be cool for us to see. We've actually stopped at that Bigfoot Museum before last year. It was pretty neat. The Flatwoods Monster Museum is also in the same town. I would highly recommend visiting both if you're ever in the area. It's
What's
worth the
the
visit.
what's the town again?
Sutton, West Virginia.
That's Sutton.
Yep.
Alright, well if you're interested in checking that stuff out, we highly recommend it for sure. There was also some really cute other like smaller shops that were around as well.
Yeah, we didn't have as much time to check out those, but it's a nice little town by the looks of it.
For sure.
So, let's get into today's episode. We're going to go off to Dover, Massachusetts today and
Ooh.
go looking for the Dover Demon.
Ooh.
So, Sage, have you ever heard of the Dover Demon?
I didn't hear anything about the Dover demon until like you honestly started doing the research for it. So what I really know is that it is called the Dover demon.
What do you know about it?
um, well, you showed me the picture of it when you were doing the research, and it's real gross looking. It made me uncomfortable.
Rude.
Well,
Maybe he/she or it has feelings and you heard it.
well, that hurts my therapist's heart that I did that then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
You're you're Dover Demon. You're look shaming the Dover Demon.
well, I mean, can you blame me? The thing is creepy. Frank,
Yeah.
it's creepy looking.
I can blame you. All cryptids are good cryptids.
Okay, and the only other thing I know is that it was only seen for like a couple
Hey,
days.
hey, hey, let me get into that. Yeah, that is true.
That's the only thing I know though.
All right. Well, let's get into this one. There isn't much history this time to give compared to other things we've talked about. So it's not as important. So I'm just going to go into the sightings and the origins of this cryptid then.
All
You're good
right.
with that?
Yeah, Dover, Massachusetts. Is there anything that's kind of close by that I could use to geographically place where that is?
Boston.
Okay, so it's like
It's like right next to Boston. It's considered a suburb of Boston.
okay, thank you.
So, just well, there is one brief thing I do want to go into is so my first note here is Sage already got me to say. So Dover is a suburb of Boston, Massachusetts. a small town of just over 4,500 people in the 1970s, which is where we'll be, time period we'll be in for this. I cannot word.
Hey, my case last week started in the 70s.
Nice. Probably totally unrelated.
I would definitely say they're unrelated.
So, this cryptid is one with not many sightings, especially compared to the last cryptid we did, Champ.
Champy.
Champ has a whole, sign and wall of sightings. The Dover Demon has 3.
Hey, three's a good number.
Third time's lucky charm.
I was just gonna say that.
We'll beat you to it. So, this takes place over 2 nights, a pretty short time period with not many sightings, so I'm going to go over the sightings in chronological order. So, the first one happened on April 21st, 1977. 3 teenagers were driving down Farm Street just past 10 p.m. I don't know why I almost read that as 9. The road had houses on one side and a short stone wall on the other side, with an empty field beyond it. So, as the 3 teens drove along, William Bartlett, the driver of the car, spotted something weird looking animal illuminated by the car's headlight. It was scrambling around on all fours on top of the stone wall.
Mm-hmm.
What?
You got mad because I said it didn't look good. And then this guy's out here saying it looks weird. I feel validated.
Weird does not mean. Wait, how'd you describe it?
I don't even remember.
Creepy?
Ugly. Creepy.
Creepy is more negative. Weird can be positive. Am I weird?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you still love me?
Of course I love you, but that does not mean that I have to
Therefore,
love
weird
the
is
Dover
not bad. I'm being kinder when I say weird.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you this one.
Yep, I know. So, Bartlett describes the creature as not a cat or a dog. It had no tail. It had an egg-shaped head, a thin body, long spindly arms and legs, long tendril-like fingers, skin looking like wet sandpaper texture,
Ugh.
glowing orange eyes, and the color was bright peach-like.
Peach?
Bright peach-like. That is his actual quote.
Okay, first of all, I had a visceral reaction to when you said sandpaper.
Wet sandpaper.
Wet sandpaper? That is horrific.
Well, too bad. That's what it is. I like the description of bright peach-like better than what was it? Like the color of the inside of an onion or something like that. For the one guy described like the eyes of Champ as being like onion colored. Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. I mean, peach is a very pretty color, so I
Yeah.
guess that gives it... I mean, when I looked at the photo that you showed me, it was like black and white.
Well, because that was a sketch. A
Yeah,
pencil
so
sketch.
like it being peach brings it to life a little more.
Okay. But I like it. I think this is just a better description than the weird onion comparison of Champ.
Yeah, gross. Especially because we made a stew tonight that has onions in it.
True. So Bartlett saw it briefly climbing the stone wall as they passed. Now, an interesting detail is that neither of the 2 other teens who were in the car with him saw the creature. They turned around and drove back to see if they could see it again, but it was no longer there. And they were too afraid to go out and look for the creature and decided to leave. So
Aw.
3 people, 1 witness. So that leaves only Bartlett being the only witness at the time and being the first witness of the Dover Demon.
How do you think that made him feel? Like that his friends didn't get to see it?
Probably disappointing because he didn't have anybody to back him up at the time. Because who the hell's going to believe you when you say, I saw a weird looking watermelon shaped head looking like demon guy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If I was in the car with my friends and I saw something and they didn't see it, I feel like that's a test of friendship.
I have no idea how his friends reacted.
Like, so if we were out together, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're driving. I see some sort of creature. You don't see it. We go back. It's not there. Would you believe me?
I feel like this is a test of our marriage. I will try.
Answer correctly.
I will try and rationalize it with my skeptical side of my brain.
And what if you can't rationalize it?
Then I guess I'm going to believe you. I mean, typically I need some proof.
Did you need proof for Santa?
Wow. Wow, you're just coming at me like that.
Yeah, I
You
am.
know, you doubting his belief, you're going to be on the naughty list.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Santa. Well, it's not Christmas season yet. He's not watching me yet.
He's watching you all year round.
Nah, he only watches in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, okay, yeah.
People are gonna think I'm so annoying.
Santa deniers, am I right, guys?
Listen, I didn't say that I was a Santa denier.
You sure as hell sound like one.
No, I insinuated that you believe in Santa without evidence that he actually existed.
Are you comparing me to a child as well at the same time?
No comment.
Okay. You know what? I'm just going to get back into this then.
That's probably a good idea.
So, um, later Bartlett would admit he did smoke some of the devil's lettuce,
Oh,
that
come
Mary
on.
Jane, that marijuana, that night before the sighting occurred.
That, like, totally discounts his entire.
Well, whenever you then pair it up with other sightings, it becomes better.
Okay.
So, not long after, roughly 2 hours, in the beginning hours of April 22nd, the next sighting occurred. This happened about a mile away from the first sighting. So, teenager John Baxter was walking home along Miller Hill Road, coming from his girlfriend's house. He saw a figure ahead and it was coming towards him. He called out to it, thinking it was someone he knew, but didn't get a response. As he got closer, he realized it wasn't the person he thought it was, and it wasn't even human once he got about 15 feet away. The creature ran off on two legs, and Baxter, for a brief moment, chased after it. He reconsidered then, 'cause he had no idea what he was chasing, and he saw something that matched Bartlett's description, and he decided to stop chasing it. The creature then stopped for a brief moment, stopped on a rock next to a tree. Baxter saw its toes wrap around the rock and its arms around the tree. Baxter would then run away and hitch a ride home. The couple who picked him up claimed he looked absolutely frightened after whatever had happened to him.
Okay, I guess my, like, only question with that at this moment is he said that it ran away on two legs?
Yes,
Wasn't the first sighting
it was
four?
crawling over a wall in four.
Oh, it was crawling over a wall. Okay, so, like, do they believe that this thing would typically walk on two legs then?
Um, it's unclear. Depictions have it both ways normally.
Okay, I feel like that takes away some of the validity.
Well, if you're climbing over a stone wall, are you climbing over on all fours or only two legs without using your arm?
Well, if they're depicting it like when it's on all fours, are they also depicting the wall?
Walk? Oh
The
yeah,
wall.
yeah. Typically the wall's there.
Okay, then that makes more sense.
Yeah. To the window, to the stone wall. The Dover demon climbs at.
Oh my god.
What?
I I don't even have words for the fact that you put together that.
Yeah, I just have a big brain. So Baxter would then draw what he saw, and it looks similar to how Bartlett described what he saw mere hours earlier. So there are two drawings out there of the Dover Demon, like sketches, one from Bartlett and one from Baxter. So Bartlett's is what he saw on the wall, and Baxter's is when it's holding it, when it's on the rock, and its arms are wrapped around the tree.
Okay. Did Baxter also say that it was peach in color?
I don't think he could see that well because it was dark out,
What time was his?
past midnight.
And what time was Bartlett's?
10 p.m. Just after 10 p.m.
So then why could Bartlett see the color?
He had a car.
Like the headlights were shining on
Yeah,
it? Okay.
which I will talk about the headlights later.
Okay.
So now we go to the third and final sighting. So this happened the following night. Well, the night of April 22nd, close to midnight. So all these happened just over a 24-hour period, roughly 25 hours. So it was just over a day after the very first sighting by Bartlett.
Okay, so it's like close to midnight.
Close to midnight on the
The next
22nd.
day.
First sighting was 10 p.m. on the 21st.
What month was this?
April. Which also is going to be a fact later. That's important.
Do you think that they were 420 blazing it?
Maybe Bartlett, because he had some of the devil's lettuce. So for this final sighting was by 15-year-old Abby Brabham and 18-year-old Will Traitner.
So 2 people saw
Yep.
it.
So Will Traitner was driving, and while he's driving, Abby Brabham, I think so, I don't know, sees something by a tree. She notices a creature standing up next to a tree, and she says it has green glowing eyes. She says it was about the size of a goat. You gotta love the American way of refusing to use numerical measurements, you gotta admit.
That's so true.
How many goats is that thing the size of? Or like when there's a news article, a meteorite the size of 18 washing machines.
Yeah, like there's not something that is easier. Like,
Not like the 3.5 to 4 foot tall that the other guys use. No, you have to go about the size of a goat.
I can understand like why people do that though, because in my brain, 3.5 feet to 4 feet is like harder to picture than like the size of a goat.
Fair enough. I don't know. I can easily think of 3.5 feet, but nonetheless, uh, Traitner also saw it, but he didn't have as much to say as Brabham had to say. So now we have 3 encounters and 4 witnesses in just a span of over 24 hours, all with similar details. So this funky little fellow that they saw would later be known as the Dover Demon. Name drop, no, title drop.
Why? Why did they call it a demon?
That's just what a cryptozoologist decided to call it.
That's like low key kind of sad because like, did it give any indication that it was going to be like hurtful towards anyone?
I don't know. Now you care about his feelings after you shamed him?
I shamed his looks, not who he is as a person.
Spare me the crocodile tears.
I will spare you no such thing. Also, this is super irrelevant to the Dover Demon, but Abby was 15, and her this guy she's with was 18.
Yeah.
That's concerning. That's non-consensual, at least in the state of Pennsylvania.
Okay. Well, all 4 witnesses go to the same high school, so they're all in high school at the same time.
Okay, I would also just like to point out again that was completely irrelevant. But sometimes I just feel like I need to flex.
Yeah, alright, you flex your fancy smancy education. So, the Brabham, and Baxter all drew sketches of what they saw shortly after their sightings. Bartlett wrote on his sketch, I, Bill Bartlett, swear on a stack of Bibles that I saw this creature.
Wow, that's heavy.
Yeah, stack of Bibles, not just one Bible, a stack.
What does that like make you any more truthful? Having multiple like
I don't know.
I feel like one Bible is enough.
Who knows? But they're all at the same high school, and they started telling people, and I believe it was Baxter and Traitner knew each other, and that's how they realized that they saw the same thing, and eventually the word of it started to be spread, and so did the sketches that were made. So the story began to spread, and this drew the attention of a notable individual in cryptozoology, a name that we'll most likely use later in the podcast for other episodes, maybe even an episode about him. Loren Coleman. Are you familiar with him, Sage?
Only what you've told me in passing.
Fake fan.
Probably.
You're a fake cryptozoology fan. Disappointing.
There is a reason you've done 2 cryptids. I have not yet done a cryptid. That would be because you like them more than me.
Weak. Okay, so brief info. What?
I'm offended.
Fake fan. So I'm going to go through a brief info about Lauren Coleman. So he's a cryptozoologist from Maine. He's been at cryptozoology for quite some time and was an early investigator of phenomena such as what we're looking at today. He has published numerous books on the subject as well as run the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine. So he's the guy who runs that. He is currently 77 years old. What a G.
What a young guy.
I wasn't going to use that term. I was going to call him a G. I think that sounds cooler.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like young is a compliment.
Fair enough. But at the time of this, Coleman was living in a nearby town, neighboring Dover, and one day he was in Dover, just within a week of the sightings, and he was in the Dover County store and saw a sketch of the Dover Demon. It was taped up inside there, and he inquired about it, and that started his investigation.
All right.
Also, another small detail of all this, through his investigation, he's the one who coined the name the Dover Demon.
Oh, so he's the one who put this negativity onto our little fella here. I see how it is.
Hey, maybe he likes the name Dover Demon, huh? You ever
I'm on
think
his
fast
side
in him?
now. No, I don't. I don't want to be near him.
Oh, wow. And I'm the
I will love him from afar.
Okay, a little Miss Negative. So the investigation happened within a week of the original sightings. He started by the investigation by interviewing the witnesses. After interviewing them, Coleman assembled a team, like the Avengers, but for investigating an alleged cryptid instead.
I love that. Why
So,
can't we be a part of a team?
well, first off, that we weren't even born yet.
That's unfortunate.
So, let's get into his Avengers here. So first, obviously, we have Lauren Coleman, the cryptozoologist. Walter Webb of the Aerial Phenomenon Research Organization. Joseph Nyman of the Mutual UFO Network, more commonly known as MUFON, which we'll hear in other episodes. And lastly, Ed Fogg of the New England UFO Study Group. So besides Coleman, the other three are all UFO researchers.
Okay.
UFOologist is the better term there.
So he brought on UFOologists,
Yes.
but not people who were well versed in cryptozoology.
Cryptozoology was not as big back then. You didn't have too many big names. I believe the big names you had were like Ivan Sanderson, Bernard Hoovelman, Lauren Coleman. I don't think Carl Schuker was in the names yet of that, but not too many cryptozoologists. There were a lot more UFOologists at the time, and this did bear some similarities to alien sighting.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I guess it makes sense that they would pick people who are like used to investigating things that are abstract, I guess.
In the realms of the anomalous, I feel like that's a fancy way of putting it. But nonetheless, they proceed with their investigation. So they look into stuff such as if there's any UFO sightings during that time period in the area, and there were none. They re-interviewed the witnesses, checked weather reports, talked to the police, interviewed parents and teachers and other character references. They need to understand if the witnesses could be trusted or not. They would reenact the sighting, visit the sites for clues or evidence, and circulate the drawings to see if anyone else had seen anything. And the team are the ones who got the Legend of Dover Demon the attention it has now. So if it wasn't for this team, wouldn't be as well known of a thing.
Okay.
Because in the term of well known cryptids, I mean Dover Demon's not the top, but it's fairly up there.
I like the alliteration. I feel like that makes it easier to remember.
Oh, that could be why they named it too. So, in May, during the investigation, Coleman likened the creatures to that of the Hopkinsville goblins that were seen in Kentucky in the 1950s. We'll cover that whole event sometime later. So, just a brief summary: UFO came down in the Hopkinsville area. These weird little creatures that were similar-ish. They had big ears, though, so that's something Dover Demon didn't have. But they terrorize a family over a whole night, and that's a pretty famous UFO sighting. It is on my list of things to get to eventually down the road in this podcast, but there's a lot of things we need to get to.
Yes, our episode list is quite long.
Yeah.
Lots of unknown, unsolved, unseen things happening out in the world.
Yep. So in that same article, this statement from this statement comes from. It stated that the police weren't investigating the sightings whatsoever, but they did have a watercolor of the Dover Demon at the police station.
Watercolor.
Yeah,
That's so fancy.
supporting local artists and supporting the demon.
I don't know that that's a sentence you want to say.
Too bad I said it.
Well, yeah, there's no going back now.
So the investigation finished in September of that year,
What year was this again?
1977.
Okay, thank you.
So so these were some of the conclusions found. The witnesses were credible in that they definitely saw something. It all happened within a 2-mile radius. It was all near water. It was most likely not a hoax. And Webb noted the following. So this is exact quotes from the report. The Dover Demon is a disturbing, bizarre affair. There are many frustrating, troublesome aspects about it. It is without apparent precedent. But despite the doubts and questions this episode raises, I believe a hoax is unlikely, and the reports should be classified as a low-weight unknown.
A what?
A low-weight unknown.
Oh, low weight. Okay.
So you ready to get into some of the theories of what it could be?
Yeah, bring it on.
So there's a handful of possible theories and explanations out there for what the Dover Demon could be. The first one we're going to be is quite possibly the simplest. It was a hoax. First thing to go over is that some believe it was a hoax all along, that the teens all orchestrated this to spin some tall tale, whether it be to try and have fun with a prank, become famous locally, or make some money off of it. But from what we can see, not much of this occurred, or none at all. Only 2 of the teens out of the 3 sightings had any connection to one another besides the 2 in the same car. So Baxter and Traitner knew each other, and Abby Brabham and Will Traitner were in the same car, but Bartlett had no connection to any of them, and he was the first witness. So this is part of the reason why Coleman and his team didn't believe this to be a hoax of some sort.
Yeah, because if they didn't know each other, how would they come up with the same descriptions?
Yep, and allegedly there was a teacher who wanted to be anonymous, saying that these were all troublemaker kids who they definitely did it for a prank and attention.
Always one teacher.
Anonymous too, so they didn't even want to give their identity, which
That's so sad.
Everybody else has said the otherwise.
Oh, it's like sad when you have someone like that who's like actively trying to hurt students' lives by like fabricating.
Yeah, I'm just going to assume that person was probably lying. They capping.
Please never say that again.
I'll try my best. No promises.
Okay.
The look she's giving me.
I was waiting to see if you were gonna give me some more Gen Z slang.
She has pure disgust for me, or no, or disappointment in that look. She has the signature "I'm disappointed in you" look that she gives me when I say stuff like that.
Not even like that I'm disappointed. I just was like not prepared to hear someone who's 15.
He capping.
Yeah.
So that's all that I have for the hoax theory. The next theory is more of a potential explanation. This is one of the more popular ones, and it was that the Dover Demon was really just a misidentified animal. And this always comes up with every cryptid as an idea. So there's a few animals suggested, but the most notable and most widely accepted of the animal explanations, most plausible, would be a baby moose.
A baby moose?
Yeah. So
Are
I don't
they
know.
peach in color?
What?
Are they peach?
Well, it's like peach, brownish, grayish. It's like in that range that they said. And not many people got like a long sight, but I guess some people said it might be a sickly moose too, or it just might be a light colored moose and they got the color wrong in the quick glance they saw.
I feel like that's a lot of things to speculate about, though.
Yeah, but did you know that there were moose in Massachusetts?
Yes?
Oh, I didn't really know
Do you
that for
know,
some time.
like, there's moose in the entire Northeast? I'm pretty sure. Like, Maine, Massachusetts,
I,
and New Hampshire.
yeah, but not past Massachusetts. Not like south of there. So the baby moose is not far from the size of the Dover demon, and it is quite skinny with thin legs when they are young. So under brief circumstances, they could have seen a baby moose, and the glowing eyes would be from the reflection from the lights from the cars, because people describe glowing eyes of animals all the time, but that's the light reflecting off the eyes. And the
Yeah,
different colors of the eyes, and this goes for all the explanations, it all depends on the type of light, the brightness of it, and the angle that you catch the eye at. So that's why there's the difference between the green and the orange, most likely. I forget if I mentioned the green glowing eyes. Let me just go up. I might have accidentally skimmed past one of my notes. I did say, yeah. So Brabham described it with green glowing eyes, and Bartlett described it with orange glowing eyes. The two different eye colors. But that can be explained away by angle, brightness, type of light, reflecting on the eyes.
okay. I'm looking at.
Baby moose.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could understand, because although the drawings of the Dover Demon have it, like, turned looking towards you,
Yeah, I think that's how they saw it.
yeah, and if you discount the fact that baby moose have ears, like, it does resemble the same shape as their head.
Yeah. So the other thing is those long fingers that they saw. Just vines attached to the moose.
What?
Just vines attached to them and mistaken for fingers, because moose obviously do not have fingers like described.
They said vines. I feel like that's not even plausible.
That's one of the explanations I saw.
Okay, first of all, I'm looking at like a bunch of pictures of baby moose because I was trying to like see how this connection was made. Have you seen a baby moose?
Yeah.
They're adorable.
Yep.
Like, they're so fluffy.
Not like wet sandpaper.
No, I mean, I don't think so. Obviously, it's hard to tell, I think, from these, but they look furry. Like, they look like they have baby fur.
So do you want me to hear? Do you want to hear the breakdown of the moose theory then?
Yeah.
So, there's multiple issues with the baby moose explanation, because the size of the moose being, if it were to be comparable to the Dover demon, is very unlikely because of the time of the season. Based on when moose mate and give birth, a baby moose should be significantly larger than what the Dover demon is described as.
Okay.
So they should not be close to that size at that point in the season.
Ah,
That
okay.
is highly unlikely. So significantly larger in size. Well, the last I checked, moose do not walk upright,
Definitely not. That would be terrifying.
because that's how one of the sightings was. It was walking upright. So, have you ever seen a moose walk upright, Sage?
Well, considering I don't think I've ever seen a moose in person, I've definitely never seen a moose walk
So
upright.
yeah, not that plausible. And the final thing is Eastern Massachusetts, and so yeah, the final thing is this is in Eastern Massachusetts, and moose are currently rare there. And moose numbers didn't begin to rebound in Massachusetts until the 1980s. So after the sightings in 1977. So the final thing is this is in Eastern Massachusetts. And moose are currently really rare over there, especially whenever you're not far from Boston. And moose numbers didn't begin to rebound in all of Massachusetts that much until the 1980s. So that is after the 1977 sighting. So moose are already rare in Massachusetts at the time, and even now, where Dover is a rare place for moose after the rebound to be sighted.
Okay.
So I think the idea of a moose is very, very unlikely, easily torn down. And there are some other possible animal explanations. They also say maybe a baby cow or a baby horse. Much for the same reason as the baby moose. However, they are less likely than the baby moose because their bodies are not. The baby moose would fit more with the Dover demon.
Well, I feel like um baby horses are pretty similar in shape to baby moose, I think.
Uh,
But like a cow,
Maybe.
cows are way chubbier, I think.
Yeah, but I don't think any of those are likely. So, next possible animal is some exotic animal, like a gibbon or a slow loris.
What are what are either of those?
A gibbon is a type of ape, very long arms and legs, very skinny as well, but it does not have a large head, like what's described as the Dover demon.
Okay,
And
then how
this
did it become a possibility?
because of the rest of the body shape. And Sloloris is significantly smaller than the Dover demon, but its head isn't too big, but it has big eyes and lanky arms and legs and kind of skinny. But some people try and explain that away with perspective.
Okay, so yeah, that was my first thought. But second, are those animals that are
Native?
native to that area
No.
or would even be in that area?
So there's not much to support this idea, and these would be animals that would be here like most likely illegally or through the exotic pet trade.
Oh,
And these are two animals that can do bipedal locomotion. The gibbon more than the slow loris.
okay.
So size wise, a gibbon is not out of the question, but it still doesn't fit the head description.
What was their like you had said, I mean I was thinking perspective too, but you had said specifically that people tried to explain it away by using perspective. Do you have any idea like how they did that?
They might just said that they misjudged the size of the Dover demon or the head. They might just seen it wrong.
How far like do you know how far away each
Side of the road for two of them, and the one guy got within 15 feet.
Okay, I mean I guess I could understand how perspective of size could change via distance from the creature.
Could happen, but so let's get into the third theory that it was a Manigishi. I think that's how you say it.
What?
I only found one place where this was suggested. So the Manigishi, I hopefully not butchering this, but are a race of trickster people in Cree folklore. They are semi-humanoid creatures with thin and lanky bodies. They live between rocks and rapids, so aligns with the near water conclusion by Coleman and his team. And they would trip over people's canoes in rapids and have them die for fun. Now, besides the Dover demon kind of resembling some Cree folklore, this is as far as this theory goes.
I love when like you're doing research and
Find the most random theory.
you find like such a random theory that's only mentioned once in the
And
10
it's only
sources
on
you're
like the
using.
Cryptid Wiki, nowhere else.
Yeah, I mean, also like what is Cree? Is that a
The type of it's a Native American tribe.
is it insensitive to the tribe to insinuate that a creature that people have seen is a
That's what
member?
people do all the time with the Wendigo and the Skinwalkers.
Yeah, I guess my like is that insensitive though?
It's a bit of cultural appropriation and just missed kind of butchering tradition or folklore.
Yeah, like I feel, I mean, I get like that the folklore is that they're like a trickster humanoid creature, but also like, was this Dover demon giving any indication that it was going to be a trickster? Like, how did we
No,
get?
besides just one random thing being said on the Cryptid Wiki, nothing else indicates this.
Gotta love Wikipedia.
Yeah. So that's all I have on that one. So that leaves us with two more theories. Wow, I didn't even write the one theory, actually. I realized. So I said that leaves us with two more theories in my notes, and I only wrote down one of them. So I will describe the other one because I do know it from heart. It's just that this is some random new creature that may live underground or something.
Oh, you know what it reminds me of?
What? The
Those
Descent?
creatures from the Descent.
Let's not think of that so close to bedtime. I
Yes.
don't want you to get scared, but yeah, something maybe from a cave or some weird
Ugh.
amphibian creature or something like that. Really, absolutely nothing to back this up, but that's just a theory.
Yeah, if you know me in real life, you will know that Frank made me watch the movie The Descent, like, how many years ago?
3.
3 years ago. And to this day, I still have nightmares about the creatures underneath.
I
Doesn't
don't.
matter if I'm talking about them or not. They're so freaky. This thing definitely looks like that.
I don't think it looks that much like it, but I
Frank,
thought it
they're
was
real.
a decent movie.
I'm never going to Massachusetts. I'm just
Oh
kidding. I
well.
really want to go to Salem.
Yeah, and you want to see the Boston Bruins and the Boston Fleet play,
Yes. We just won't go through Dover.
which is very close to
I
Boston.
feel like we can circumnavigate.
I feel like we should stop there if we go there, just to say
Alright,
we
you're
were
probably
there.
right.
Oh, this thing hasn't been sighted since 1977.
It would be cool to go to the place of the sightings. It would
Yep.
also be cool if we happened to run this podcast and it happened to run into a cryptid out in the wild.
Yeah, like that will happen.
Can you
I
imagine? That'd be
hope
so sick.
that would be cool. So, then let's get back into theories. Let's get to the final one. So, it is that the Dover Demon is an alien. Now, the description of the Dover Demon kind of aligns with that of an alien gray. We went over them a few episodes ago during the Roswell episode. They're described as a small 3.5 to 4 foot tall humanoid creatures, skinny and lanky, with 4 fingers on their hands, large heads, and two large black eyes. So it could be a gray alien that got lost around Dover. Now, this one has at least a fairly decent matchup on the description of a creature, and that of alleged gray alien. Granted, a creature we can't also, or like a being we can't confirm, but it matches with other people's stories.
Okay.
Um, this one is harder to prove or disprove because gray aliens aren't a proven thing to exist whatsoever. But Coleman, that I believe is why Coleman brought UFO researchers as part of his investigation. They did not find any UFO reports at the time, which could help the idea that it's not an alien. But who knows? The UFOs could be very stealthy.
Okay.
And also, as Coleman likened this to a Hopkinsville Goblins encounter earlier, and that one did have a pairing of a UFO sighting with it. But it does fit the description of a potential gray alien.
Okay. I mean, I could see that. It does have the, like, resemblance to that, like, wider top of the head and, like, I don't know would you describe that?
Look at my shirt.
Yeah, I don't know how to, like, teardrop?
They said watermelon shaped in this, but teardrop, sure.
Well, I'm saying, like, it
Oval,
gets,
egg shaped,
it's, like, thicker, wider at the top and at the chin.
tapers at the bottom. Yeah, so like a teardrop or an egg.
Egg upside down, I guess.
Yeah.
Are we gonna have Discord
About
about what direction the egg is in?
I
Throwback to episode 1.
where you thought I meant like a scrambled egg or like a sunny side up egg, not the actual egg itself.
Well, if you're saying that, I would say like eggshell. I don't know. Listen, I'm trying. Okay,
I feel like when people say egg shaped, they think of like the white egg.
I feel I feel like I was justified
Mm-hmm.
in how I was thinking about it. Maybe I'm not. Please don't tell me if I'm wrong. But
So those are the theories and possible explanations. Before I get into my thoughts, I want to know what yours are, Sage. What do you think of this? What do you think is the likely explanation?
oh man, I don't know. I feel like there is definitely a lot of there's questions around like if this was a hoax. Obviously, like how did those people come up with a very similar description? If they didn't know each other. But there is always the possibility that they did know each other and they're just not being forthcoming about it. So, but I don't want to think the worst of people. So I want to hope that this is real, that they're all telling the truth. Is our one friend who at the beginning, Bartlett,
Bartlett.
who was smoking the devil's lettuce, could he be fully reliable? I don't know. I mean,
Actually, in the future, like even in recent years, he's still the one who if people ask him about. He will typically be asked about it every Halloween and April around the time of like the original sighting, and he declines a lot of the interviews, but he does do some. And he's still very adamant he saw something that night.
what does Halloween have to do with it?
spooky.
Oh, so people just ask him because
Yeah.
it. Okay. I mean, outside of that, I guess I could understand the like if it was a sickly baby moose or something like that. Maybe its ears folded back. That could kind of explain how if you're looking at it straight on, or like with its head straight on at you, that you
Yeah.
wouldn't see those ears because those are really distinctive.
Yeah.
Like on a moose, so maybe they're pushed back, which is possible because like horses do that too. I think where they
Yeah.
like kind of move their ears back.
I still always think the two-legged part
That yeah, I mean if you think about
and
it,
the
like
and the fingers and toes.
they do, they can walk on two legs.
Moose?
I'm pretty sure like they kick up like a horse would. Do they?
Yeah, but not for extended period of time.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
not
I'm
like
listening. I'm just
upright, like
trying.
bipedal. Because this is like fully upright.
Okay, so they're saying it's fully upright. Okay. What about the one where he has his hands wrapped around a tree? Like, is there any kind, like any of those animals that they listed could be that
The
would?
gibbon or slow lures are the most likely, but they do not either meet the size description or have the head to fill that.
I'm just curious, like how, like why it was gripping onto the tree like that. But I read in a description when I was looking up the picture too that like they're very clear that the fingers and toes like wrap around the
Yeah.
rocks and stuff. So I'm like wondering if like you're right about the theory where if it's an underground creature, because if you're like in caverns and stuff underground, like you need that gripping ability to be able to stay steady.
Yeah. And also, you don't have as much color in you if you are an underground creature. You either have large eyes or no eyes.
Yes, don't remind me. Don't remind me. Those creatures, they were blind, right?
Yeah.
They were blind, but they were not deaf. Um, thus they killed everybody.
Yep.
Spoiler alert, but I think that movie came out 2 decades ago.
So, what are your then thoughts on it? What do you think it is? Or do you really not have an idea?
I think I'm gonna have to go. I mean, is there cave systems? Like there's a belief, right, that there's a cave system the whole way up in Northeast that connects to Mammoth, right?
Yeah, there's a belief that mammoth just extends way larger than what we believe, but there's nothing to prove that or back that up, really.
Okay, well I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that that is correct. That Mammoth Caves that's in Kentucky, um, Kentucky, right?
Yeah,
Like stretches the whole way up there, and that this is a cave creature that have like accidentally made its way out. Like somehow, I don't know. I just look at like that to me would probably be, if I had to choose something that I would say would be most plausible that fits the needing the grip from your hands and your finger, like your hands and your toes.
hmm
Um, being able to be bipedal while also crawling across the rocks because you can walk or you can
yeah.
crawl through the caves. Um, Unsure about the eyes. Are they like they're colored to us? But
Well,
like,
it's
are they
because of
actually
light
seeing any?
reflection.
That's what I'm saying. Like, are they actually seeing anything? Who knows? Maybe that's why he was all confused because he didn't know where to go. And then he's gray,
Yeah,
pink, peach, whatever. If
lack
you're
of color.
underground, there's no light.
Okay, so that's decent. Um, so is that your final thought on what it may be?
Yeah, I mean, I can't. Like, none of the animals or things that you described make any other
All of
sense
them
to me.
have a gaping hole in the explanation.
Yeah.
So then I'm gonna go on mine. I'm just gonna go with the alien theory. Is what I think it might have been.
Oh, that's valid.
Um, this is one where I don't know what it could be. I don't really have a good explanation of what it may be because there's a lot of unknown and there's not that much information.
Cool name drop.
Oh yeah, unknown. But only three sightings, all of them relatively brief. Two of them in passing cars, and one of them, the longest of them all, was in the darkness. So I don't really. I'm just going to say the most plausible of all those is a stray alien.
Yeah, I just had a thought. Um,
What's your thought?
I was thinking about no, my like the thought that I was having, which like I thought it was gonna work out better than it did, um, it didn't, was Gollum from The Hobbit
Yeah.
and Lord of the Rings is described very similarly to the Stover
So
Demon.
you think Gollum from Lord of the Rings?
It could be, but I'm saying like that kind of gives more credence to this idea that it's a cave creature, because the whole point of Gollum was that he was a human being. He was a well, not human being. He was a hobbit who got, tantalized by the gold, like the ring, the one ring to rule them all, and he was in the cave systems forever, right? And so like he has that rounded shape. He's got the weird sand, like wet sandpaper texture. It's glistening like in the movies. He's got the grippy fingers and toes because he has to move around all the cave system. Like if you think of I'm thinking of like an exact scene in Lord of the Rings where he is crawling up rocks, and like his fingers and his toes are gripping the rocks. But that wouldn't work because he wrote the J.R.R. Tolkien started the book in 1930 and it was published in 1937.
So, okay, possible another explanation, guys. Explanation 6, Lord of the Rings, IRL edition.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, but not even that I think that it's Gollum, but just that I think it gives credence to the idea that it could be a cave creature.
Right. I'll take that one to note. But
This theory sucks for me though, because I do love and really enjoy exploring caves with you. Like Frank and I try to visit cave systems, like if we're going on trips and stuff. And now I feel like I've just scared myself into believing that every cave system's gonna have a creepy like being in it.
we'll be fine. But I'm going alien route. You're going cave creature route.
Yeah.
So let's go on a bit of the legacy of the Dover Demon then.
Okay, neat.
So the Dover Demon came for a short period of time and went away for good, uh, like as soon as it was seen. But it did leave a bit of an impact, seeing that we still talk about it today. So the town of Dover doesn't do much for the creature. It has no plaque. It has no festival. Um, there aren't Dover Demon museums. There aren't Dover Demon statues.
Oh.
The most the town has is the Dover Historical Society, that has, at least in the past, and I don't know if it still does, sold shirts with a Dover Demon on it with the writing, "Do you believe in the Dover Demon?" Very, very limited acknowledgement of it. Yeah, so not much there.
That's really
However,
sad.
there is a youth cycling team called the Dover Demons. Cute Dover Demon riding a bike on their logo. So that is actually in the town of Dover. Like the text is like Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, I love that.
So, you can look him up. Cute little alien on a bike. Cute little Dover Demon. He looks a lot like an alien, though. But cute little Dover Demon on a bike. There is a horror fiction novel about the Dover Demon called The Dover Demon. It is by Hunter Shea. I've not read it,
Is
but
it Shea or Shay?
Shea is Shea. Is that Shea?
Mm. The only reason I ask is that I saw that when I was looking it up.
Maybe, but I've not read it. But might do it, as I do enjoy reading horror novels. Think you would read it, Sage?
Absolutely not.
She's a big baby when it comes to reading horror.
I'm a big baby when it comes to literally anything.
I've read, I think, 23 horror novels already this year, and you've read 0.
I definitely have read 0, but I have read like 240 romance novels.
Yeah, but you did start Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison. You should totally finish that.
I should.
It's a good book. So then some other things the Dover Demon has been in is it was the focus of the season 2 finale of Lost Tape. This aired in November 2009, and I remember watching it when it came out. Sage, are you at all familiar with Lost Tapes?
I became recently acquainted. I became recently acquainted with this TV show only because you put it on when you were doing the research for this. So why don't you tell them about it and explain why I'm laughing?
Did you watch any of it?
No, I listened to the first 5 minutes while I tried to fall asleep.
So, Lost Tapes was a mockumentary-style found footage show.
Mockumentary.
That is a group of that is a category. Have you not heard of mockumentary before?
Is it mockumentary as in like it's a mock documentary?
Yeah.
Okay. I just think of mock and I think of like making fun of someone else.
Yeah, so it would revolve around a certain cryptid each episode, and the footage is similar to that of like the Blair Witch, found footage for every single episode. So the cryptid would normally be trying to kill whoever is filming, In the episode, The Dover Demon, um, a group of four are trying to make a fake Dover Demon film to make some money. And they would go out one night on the 25th anniversary of the Dover Demon sighting. And they would start to look for it, and the Dover Demon would slowly pick them off and kill them all. And I believe it was eating them and setting traps for them. It was portrayed similar to a gray alien in that episode. And I do have to say, the acting in the actual parts of the episode kind of bad a lot of times.
Oh my god, I'm so glad that I didn't watch this because I get the worst secondhand embarrassment and cringe from stuff like that. And I just know that my teeth would have hurt from how cringe it was.
Oh, there's definitely some cringe in it, but some episodes are not as bad as others.
Just
But
this one in particular.
no, this one was definitely cringe on some of the acting. And in between these like um the acting and stuff, there would actually be interviews with people who would talk about the Dover Demon or whatever cryptid it was, things about the cryptid and explanations possibly. Like Lauren Coleman was interviewed during this one.
Oh wow.
So I'll be honest, I was young when Lost Tapes came out. I was born in '98, and this was between 2007 to 2009 is when I mainly watched it. Um, I was not the brightest kid at the time, and when I first started seeing these, like season one, um, I thought these were real.
Oh, I hate that you're throwing yourself under the bus like that. Because if you were a little kid, I feel like it
Yeah,
makes total sense that you would have believed that these were real. They're presented as if it is real.
yeah, and that's the one thing Animal Planet did do. They presented it at first like it was real, and then over time, I wised up. By the time the Dover Demon episode came out, I had already wised up about it.
Not even that you wised up. You grew up.
Yeah, but a lot of kids like my age stumbled across this show because if you know who Wendigoon is on YouTube, he did a whole thing on this, and so have other people. But Lost Tapes was something that people in our age group just stumbled across in Animal Planet, because that's where this aired. It was on Animal Planet.
I feel like we had very different childhoods.
Yep.
I was reading
Yeah, I was watching Lost Tapes with
Harry
my
Potter,
one
to be
friend.
specific.
So, yeah, we could watch the other Lost Tapes episode for other cryptids we do. Some
I
of
don't
them
know
are
if I can handle the cringe.
some of them are cringier than others.
Ugh.
So that's all I have for about Lost Tapes, but there is a whole episode on the Dover Demon. So the Dover Demon is also part of a trading card game called MetaZoo Cryptid Nation. These look a bit like Pokemon cards, and the Dover Demon one does look kind of cute.
Aw.
And lastly, there is an exhibit for the Dover Demon at the International Cryptozoology Museum in Portland, Maine. This is the one that Lauren Coleman runs. There are recreations of the Dover Demon there that you can see pictures of online. They look pretty cool. I'd love to go to that museum one day, but yeah, they do have recreations of the demon there.
Okay, cool. I definitely would want to go.
Yeah, so Lauren Coleman has a whole entire part, like a little exhibit in there dedicated to it. And that's about it for the legacy of the Dover Demon. So what do you think of all this, Sage?
Well, I started out the episode pretty hot with saying he was ugly. I've grown to love him over the course of the episode. I feel guilty and sad that people gave him such a bad rap. I'm also very interested to know why the town didn't take this and run with it. Kind of like how where is it? What?
Look, I'm not
Where
going
is
to take assumption on the town,
where was
like
Mothman?
Roswell.
No, where was
Oh,
Mothman?
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant. Like how they took that and kind of ran with it.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't do that with this. This would be a huge tourist thing.
The town is not big. It's a fairly rich town. The median income nowadays is over 250,000. So they might not want to attract the crazy fringe conspiracy.
Okay, that makes sense.
Where you have a town like Point Pleasant, where if I'm not mistaken, a large part of the town's economy is held up by Mothman. That
Yeah.
festival brings in thousands of people every year.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was thinking, but yeah.
So that's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, that's my final thoughts.
Well, How many baby moose out of 10 are you gonna rate this?
How many baby moose out of 10? What would 10 baby moose in like be? Like is that like
Very cool, amazing, awesome cryptid.
okay, and one would be like this is lame?
Yeah,
4.
4 baby moose. Okay, I'm gonna give it a 6 baby mooses out of 10.
What makes you give it a 6?
Just because it's so like we have a lot of recreations of it, an actual investigation shortly after. It looks like a gray alien. I just think he looks funky,
Okay, that's valid.
and the sketches are pretty good.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are good sketches.
So I think that's about it that I have for today. So thank
Yeah.
you guys for coming.
Yeah, so go check us out on our social medias. It's Unknown Unsolved Unseen Pod on Instagram and UUU Pod on X. Please check out Puppysaurus. They did our logo for us, and it's super great. We love it. And yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know how you enjoyed this episode. Um, what are your thoughts on the Dover Demon? Do you guys think it's real?
Yep.
What are you thinking?
Yeah. So
Let us
give
know.
us a like, follow, subscribe, whatever. Spread the word of the podcast to your friends and family, and give us your thoughts. As Sage said, on our Instagram, X, or on Spotify, you can comment. I don't think you can comment anywhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. We're available pretty much anywhere that you can listen to your podcast. So, check us out.
Yep. All right. So I think that's it. So I think we ought to get signing off.
All right.
So remember,
To look for
the unknown,
the unsolved.
the unseen.
Thanks for listening.
See you guys.